And welcome here to Darwin Football Stadium at Larrakia Park for this round 5 FFA Cup match between Casuarina Rowdies in their traditional black and white strip and Port Darwin Wharfies in their alternate blue with maroon check. Your referee for tonight is Ryan Prescott with assistants Claire Matthews and Jacintha Missob. The right to move into round 6 and the semi-finals of the FNT FFA Cup for 2021 is on the line tonight. Running you through the sides quickly. For Casuarina, their captain in 4 is Gordon Pereira, who will anchor the midfield. In goal is number 1, Dion Newell, 5, Da Costa Pereira, 6, Passmore, 14, McRae Van Lingen, and 13, Tram will be the backline. Joining Pereira in the midfield will be number 12, Keane, and number 9, Kilmartin. And leading the line will be number 7, Mark Casemiro. On the flanks will be 11, Yakub, and 2 is Newell. While for Port Darwin, in goal is Dominic Price. Across the backline, we have Gittins in 5, Bailey in 2, Andrew Henson in 3, the skipper, and Thompson in 16. Anchoring the midfield will be the captain for tonight, Roberto Ciclez, number 10, and Samson Mashimango in 8. Greg Abasi, number 6, will play in the 10 position. On the flanks will be Jock in 11 and McGrath in 23. And leading the line will be number 7, Andrew Prifty. Some history in terms of the Cup. This is Port Darwin's 3rd appearance in the 5th round. They've never made it any further. And Casuarina, who have been a very consistent side from a knockout point of view over the course of the last 3 seasons, appearing in all 3 grand finals and being the last double Premier and champions in 2019. They've only made the 6th round, the semi-final, as I said. So all to play for both sides here. And we'll see how things are going to line up. You'll see that Port Darwin is in the huddle at the moment. We're running left to right on your screen in the first half. Casuarina will be going from right to left. My name is John Dean. I expect to be joined at some point in the call by Bruce Stalder, the CEO of Football Northern Territory. But it is a fantastic night in Darwin, 29 degrees, 58% humidity, and hardly a breath of wind that will be coming in from the northeast. It's fantastic conditions for Darwin football. And we're just awaiting Ryan Prescott to get the okay to get things started. But while we do that, as the sides look like they'll take position here, it'll be a Casuarina to kick off in the first half. The start to the season so far for Casuarina has been perfect. 3 wins from 3, beating Mindle Aces in the grand final rematch, 3-1 in the first round, and then a match against Port Darwin in the second, which they won 2-0, and I'll touch on that shortly, and then winning on the weekend 2-0 over Azuri. They sit second place behind Hellenic, but do have a game in hand. While for Port Darwin, it's been an indifferent run of form so far, beating Olympic in the first round 3-1, then losing to Casuarina 2-0. They beat Hearts 3-0 and then got an absolute thumping on the weekend 6-0 at the hands of Hellenic. And the beautiful thing about football, it's been only 72 hours and there's an opportunity for those players to show their coach Lee Addison a reaction to that game, because they're unexpected to be beaten by such a scoreline so early in the season. Let's see how the players respond tonight. In terms of the match between the two sides, it finished 2-0. It was a great start from the Rowdies. They were certainly dominant in terms of form and for the first hour, but didn't have anything to show for it. There was a red card to Andrew Henson, the centre-back, when Mark Casemiro went through on goal. Was brought down in a clear goal-scoring opportunity. And when down to 10 men at around the hour mark there, Port Darwin actually lifted and had some good spells of possession there in what became a really open game. But Charles Adu came in and broke the deadlock with just under 10 minutes to go, and the game was iced in stoppage time by Robbie Kilmartin, with a scoreline 2-0 that slightly flattered the Rowdies, but certainly Addison will be looking for his side to have learned from that, because Casemiro is going to be quick, and we'll see this in the opening attack, I'm sure, as Prescott gives us the whistle and we're away. The ball's gone back to Passmore. McRae Van Lingen plays it into midfield, and an awkward challenge there, not a well-timed pass, but he gets a second attempt and it's out to his right back, Tran. Newell looking for options. Skips his captain Pereira, and it's turned over in the middle by Ciclez. Ciclez tries to beat 3 and turns it over. Unnecessary there from Roberto. And well won in the middle. Pereira the up and under, and that's Thompson on Kilmartin. Pereira on the ball. Plenty of time. Back to Kilmartin. The two of them will look to combine all night, and Kilmartin shows some fantastic moves there on Thompson, but well cleaned up again by Samson Mashimango. And a 1-2 there. Jock gives it to Abasi, and Abasi just looks forward, Route 1 football, and that was absolutely no chance there for Andrew Prifty to get onto the end of that one. Ball forward into a channel from Tran, but that'll be comfortably chased down by Andrew Henson, who'll look to give the ball to his keeper Price, who gets his first touch in the all pink as usual for Dominic, and expect him to take 3 steps and put this one on around about the halfway line. Casemiro, ball at feet, back to Pereira. Looks to spray it out the left-hand side, but that's picked off by Thompson. Da Costa Pereira on the ball, back to Pereira. Picked the pocket there, did Waljock. Found its way though to Kilmartin, back to Pereira. Sprays a ball forward here for Casemiro to run onto. That's a little bit long from Gordon, but you can see that's an avenue that Casuarina certainly fancy themselves on. Ryan Bailey and Andrew Henson at centre-back, not the quickest centre-half pairing in the league, and that's an avenue to goal that Casuarina like as the ball's come forward now and picked up by McRae Van Lingen into Dion Newell. Chips the ball beautifully out to Tran on the right. Finds Pereira again. Plenty of touches early for the captain. Van Lingen. Ball forward and made a 50-50, and the ball's been picked off there by Port Darwin. A nice interchange of passing, and they've tried to get it through to Prifty, but couldn't pick him out on the run. Sinclair's on the ball. Ball forward from McGrath, but again, just too direct, and Dion Newell, very comfortable coming right up to the edge of his area. So it's Bailey now. Plays the ball forward to Jock. Square ball for Sinclair's. Again, the little ball in over the top. Too direct here from both sides in the early exchanges. And a couple of nice opportunities in the first 3 minutes, but balls on the deck with a bit of angle would have done better. And Pereira looks to switch the point of the attack, but that's gone straight to Waljock, who just chips the ball over there. And lucky he's able to recover his header, but that's unusual from Pereira. And Kilmartin back doing his defensive duty. So this is Newell now. Back to Pereira. And again to Da Costa Pereira and back to Pereira. Again looking to switch the point of the attack, move the Port Darwin defence around here early. Samson Mashimango in the 8 with the red boots for Port Darwin will be all important this evening. Didn't have his best game on the weekend against Hellenic, but he's got a massive engine for a teenager, and if he can work his socks off tonight, then Port Darwin have every chance of getting a result and progressing through to the semi-final. Ball trickles out harmlessly there on the far side for a Port Darwin throw. So there's Gittins to McGrath. Tries to turn himself out of trouble and turns himself into trouble. Newell finds Casemiro. Nice run from Kilmartin, but couldn't find him there and just puts his hand up acknowledging the run. But Mashimango goes to Jock. Jock to Sinclair's. Sinclair's puts the ball there for Mashimango to chase, but Da Costa Pereira's got him covered and plays the ball back to Newell. He's got a fantastic release as well as shot-stopping ability, Dion Newell. And just chips it 30 metres to the chest of his skipper, Pereira. Puts one over the top there. Creates an opportunity. Ball slid out to Casemiro. Oh, and he's brought down in the box by Jacob Gittins, and that is a penalty here in the 6th minute. Unnecessary there from Gittins. He's claiming that the free kick was outside the area, but I don't think he can have any complaints when he comes back and looks at that one. Shown a yellow there for his trouble, Gittins. And Roberto Sinclair's pleading his case, but it won't do him any good at this point. and it's Kilmartin that steps up and will look to slot this home. It was brilliant work in the midfield there by the 11, which on my team sheet is saying is Yakub. Not convinced from this angle, though, that it's not Dylan Vong. Kilmartin steps up and slots it in the bottom right-hand quarter, and Casuarina will play from in front here in the 7th minute. It's 1-0 in this 5th round FFA Cup tie. So you see the replay here. Kilmartin, ice running through his veins, steps up, sends Price the wrong way and just calmly slots that in the right-hand corner. So Casuarina rightly started favourites tonight. They've played 4 games this season. I spoke about their 3 in the league. They also played in round 4 of the FFA Cup and had a resounding win there, beating Lichfield Division 1 team 5-0. The other matches so far in round 4, Azuri beat Hearts 3-0 and Darwin Olympic beat Palmerston Rovers 9-1. Sets up an entertaining 5th round. The first 5th round match has already been played with Hellenic beating Mindle. They'll go on in the semi-final to face the winner of the Alice Springs side of the tournament, and the winner of this game will await the winner of Azuri, as the ball's just chipped over there, the winner of Azuri and Darwin Olympic. So it's a very open side of the draw here. Casuarina will favour themselves on that side. They should start favourites to make the final at the very least, but they've got to get the job done here, and they've started in the perfect fashion, 1-0, and that's well cleaned up there at the back. Ball's forward to Prifty. He threw on goal. Opens opportunity for Prifty. He's expecting to shoot there, but a goal's gone across cage and shot there from McGrath. Unusual. Andrew Prifty, 3 goals so far this season, joint top in the Golden Boot race, and you expected him to shoot there with the keeper one-on-one, perhaps unselfish. Should have taken that one on. So we go back the other way now with Casemiro, who's got Kittens, who's already on a yellow card early, and that's going to be something he looks to continue to do all night. And Mashimango has given away the free kick there on Yakub. In a dangerous area here. Kilmartin and Pereira, both capable of whipping one in from here. Interesting to see if McRae Van Lingen will strive forward the tall timber and see if he can put a head on this one. Mashimango just getting a talking to there from Ryan Prescott, I think telling him to just be careful that he doesn't get too vociferous with kicking the ball away there, or he'll see himself in the book this time. Next time around, I should say. We'll take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which both sides are playing tonight here at Larrakia Park. The Larrakia people, saltwater people in Darwin, and we pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. So the wall is set, but you fancy that Yakub's not shooting here. He would be putting a right-footed out-swinging cross into the back post. He's got the hand raised, and we're just awaiting the whistle here from Prescott. And as you can see there, that one sailed well over for a goal kick. Just iced for too long there, and you can see what he was trying to do, but a few too many weak beaks on that one. Price will set this up, and you don't normally see Port Darwin play short. You expect this one to go long here from the goal kick. Again, Price will be landing this one reasonably close to that halfway line, and we'll see the energy and enthusiasm and what the response is here from Port Darwin. Can they get to the first and second ball? One in the middle there by Casuarina, but the second ball is won by Gittins. Good, strong header in the middle of the park. But this one's fallen for Prifty, and he's got a great one from Jock, which is spotted there by Prifty, and beautiful work at the back there by Da Costa Pereira. Got Jock, put that ball out, and in the process has put it back off Jock, and it's gone out for a goal kick. That's fantastic work from the young man. Newell just chips it, and it goes over the halfway line on the full and has fallen to the feet of Kilmartin. He's got Bailey for company, looking for options in the middle, measures his cross, hits it there after the first touch. That's picked up in the centre by Henson. Thompson, ball over the top, but that's offside by Prifty. Very direct here from Port Darwin in these opening exchanges. I don't think Prifty's shown in once as the number 9 for a wall pass to play off, so maybe better served to switch up this attack a little bit, and it's Passmore who'll take the offside kick 35 metres into his own half. Plays back to his keeper, Newell, 20 yards out himself. Just wants a touch on the ball and gets to McRae Van Lingen. Keane. Back to Passmore. Passmore looks long, cuts out the midfield for Casemiro. That's hit him on the head and the ball's fallen there for Yacoub. Drops the shoulder, takes the shot on, and good sharp save to his right-hand side there by Price. Just standing off there, the Port Darwin defence. Yacoub made a yard of space for himself, as you'll see here on the replay. Drops the right shoulder, creates half a yard across Henson, and beautiful work there from Price to stop what would have been a 2-goal lead here very early on for Casuarina. One hand raised again from Yacoub. Doesn't beat the first man, but dangerous by both teams letting that ball bounce. But it's cleared off the line, and McGrath's first to it. Leaves it for Prifty, and he says, here you go, Edwin, you can go and chase. But the ball's got back to Keane. Yacoub, Keane, turns in the middle and finds the captain, Pereira. Turns into trouble there. Didn't get the call of man on. But all no harm, no foul there. DaCosta Pereira to Pereira. Mashi Mango's got the ball there to Abasi. And he's through here and brought down. That has to be a yellow card there on McRae Van Lingen. Jock was through on goal. Great run in behind. And he's lucky there, McRae Van Lingen, that he had DaCosta Pereira and Reza Passmore in close company, because nobody was going to catch Jock there, but enough players there that it was only yellow and not red. Sicklez is standing over this one. Safe to say it won't be a cross from the Italian. There's a 4-man wall that's set up. And Roberto signalling to Mashi Mango there to stand centrally so he can pass in the ball and perhaps lay off a shot, but you suspect he'll just be shooting, curling into the top right-hand corner or the car park. Straight into the wall, back to Roberto. Looks for options, tries to chip the ball in, but chested down there, and a ball played forward to Casemiro, who's one-on-one with Gittins. He's put the ball forward for Yacoub. Fantastic fast break here from Casuarina. He's tried to go back inside to his right foot, Yacoub, and he shot that straight at Dominic Price. Through one-on-one there again, and perhaps Yacoub, very right foot heavy here, would have been better off just trying to drill one with his left foot when he had front position there on the 2 Port Darwin defenders. And fantastic fast break football, as I said, from Casuarina, end-to-end in 4 passes in about 10 seconds flat. It's thrown out from Newell. 35 on the fly with Tran. Casemiro with the ball at his feet now. Plays it back via Yacoub. McRae Van Lingen. Pereira's on it now. Finds Keane. Plenty of space for Keane in the midfield here. They're standing right off the experienced veteran. Out to DaCosta Pereira. He's got the ball forward there to Kilmartin. Standing up Mashi Mango. And he flew in there while Jock and won the ball. But again, trying to play it forward in the air instead of on the ground here and turning it over in their own end. Port Darwin gone down too softly there to Costa Pereira. Won by Jock to Mashi Mango. back to Jock, turns, has space to look up. He puts the ball forward for Prifty. I expect he's offside. Just that half a yard he didn't need to be. Needed his run to just be a little bit more arc there. Prifty got excited, but brilliant work from Waljock. Tracking back, won the ball off young DaCosta Pereira, and then a couple of passes out with Mashi Mango. That's what Port Darwin need to be doing here, keeping the ball in the deck and passing it through. The balls over the top haven't worked thus far, and I can't see that changing. You can hear in the effects mic there, Port Darwin coach Lee Addison asking Mashi Mango to pass a player on, and he's come forward now to Gordon Pereira. Newell sees the run of Tran and rewards it. It's won there by Gittins. Gittins plays it back there to Sicles. Ball's gone out off Casuarina. It'll be a Port Darwin throw. 20 metres in their own end on the North Crest scoreboard side of the field here at Darwin Football Stadium. While we're waiting for the ball, we'll take the opportunity to thank one of our partners here at Football Northern Territory for this season, Diamond Barbers. You can see the sign there in the background. Gittins, a longish throw. It's one comfortable in the middle by Casuarina, and this is Kilmartin. Direct ball into the feet of Casemiro. He's looking for an option out left, and DaCosta Pereira bombs forward, looks to put a cross in. It's picked out in the middle there by Henson. Agbasi, strong in the middle, wins the ball and plays it off to Sicles. Ball's here for McGrath. Got an opportunity to play it to the feet of Prifty. This is better from Endry. Looks to go himself. Still got Tran for company. Turns left, right, and puts it back to Sicles. Sicles to Prifty. Back to Sicles. Opportunity for a cross here. Sicles, ball picked out beautifully at the near post by Dion Newell. That's the most promising attack so far in terms of patient build-up from Port Darwin. But again, Newell has managed to find Keane. One pass and they're out of their own end, but Keane's only found Gittins. Agbasi turns. Finds the feet of Prifty. He draws the foul there from Passmore. That's the sort of play that we need from Andrew Prifty if you're a Port Darwin supporter. He's shown there for the first time, got the ball for his feet and drawn the foul. It's been end-to-end stuff here in the first 20 minutes. It's absolutely flown by. There's a few hands on hips, as you can see there, from Yakub and also from Newell. But Coach Zelio will be pretty happy with how his charges have started here from a Casuarina perspective. Shot taken on there by Edward McGrath. Audacious attempt. And it's Tran on the ball. Back to Kilmartin. Well shut down there by Thompson. Out here for a Casuarina throw. Taken by DaCosta Pereira to Pereira. He's drawn the attention of two there, and too much attention from Waljock, says Ryan Prescott. And Gordon's gone down here. Suspect he's picked up a knock on the ankle during that foul. Jogs that one off, and he'll be fine in 30 seconds. Gordon, like a fine wine, he's just continued to get better as he's aged. It's a real metronome of this Casuarina side. Passmore. Long pass back there to Newell. McRae Van Lingen. It's chipped forward a little bit too high there for Tran. And it's gone out for a Port Darwin throw. Gittins to Prifty. Ping-ponging around in the centre of the field there, but Tran's put that one out. It'll be a Port Darwin throw in front of one of our other partners for this season, Darwin Olympic Sporting Club. You can see on the sign there. And the fact that McGrath's not going to take this, you suspect that Jacob Gittins is going to trot forward and try a long throw here. Should just get into the Casuarina defensive box. He's gone a long way upfield. And instead plays it short there to McGrath. Fallen over himself and played it into Tran there. From Pereira back to Tran. To Casemiro. He's gotten around Gittins. Brought down your cube there, Gittins, and the referee had a decision to make, because if he did that off the ball, that was a second yellow. Difficult to see from this angle, though. That's one by Da Costa Pereira. Ball straight forward. Well played back. Shoulder to shoulder from Kilmartin and Jock. Picked up by Bailey. Sloppy pass to Thompson, but it got there in the end. Thompson drops the shoulder on Keane and again plays that direct ball forward. Not had any joy from that in the opening quarter of this match, Port Darwin. And McRae Van Lingen brings the ball out to Pereira. Back to McRae Van Lingen, and he puts the ball forward to Tran. Happy to recycle and maintain possession here, Casuarina, and play the game at their pace. This is Passmore. Out to Da Costa Pereira. Back through the centre of McRae Van Lingen. Just biding their time and moving this Port Darwin outfit around. Tran. That's picked off there by Prifty. Won the ball there, Gordon Pereira. Prifty didn't think so, but to play on, he needs to get up. Casemiro. Got the option to drop the shoulder or pass back square. Attracts two for company. Finds Newell. And Mashi Mango won the ball there. Brilliant work from the midfielder. Sicles. Back to Gittins. Plays it to Henson. Back to Gittins again. It's got an option square in Sicles. Instead goes long, cuts the midfield out and plays it to the feet of Prifty. But fantastic touch from the Albanian Italian. And he looked to find Wal Jock on a run, but just a little bit too heavy. Passmore. Unsure if he was trying to pick out Yakub or Kilmartin there, but either way, it's fallen to Newell. Back to Kilmartin. Cuts inside Thompson. He puts a ball over. Couldn't quite find Casemiro, but you could see what he was trying to do there. Picked out by Gittins. He'll get a second chance here. Kilmartin. Step overs and strong work from Thompson, but got nutmegged. Still got the ball at his feet, Kilmartin. Tracked back and in the end, won by Port Darwin. Keane. Little chip into an area that's picked up here by Newell. He's got the attention of three, and that's out there by Mashi Mango for a black and white throw. Decent crowd building at Larrakia Football Stadium. Da Costa Pereira has only found the chest of Bailey there, but he's turned that on over cheaply to Newell. Dropped a left and a right. He's in the box. Got to be careful here, Port Darwin. Out to Kilmartin. Recycled again calmly to Da Costa Pereira. To Pereira. Back to Kilmartin. Put the ball forward to Yakub. And that was strong work there by Bailey. Not to give away the foul, but he's given away possession. It's picked up in the centre there by Sicles. A couple of nibbles from Yakub on Sicles. Beaten 2, beaten 3. Did so well, Roberto Sicles, to beat the same man 3 times and then to beat a second man. Gave the ball away when he should have released it with the fancy step overs, and in the end just gave away a rather agricultural free kick there. No malice in that from Roberto Sicles, but you hope the young man Yakub's been well looked after here and hope he gets up well. He's seen a yellow there for his troubles, Roberto Sicles, here in the 27th minute. 3rd yellow card of the night. As Reza Passmore steps forward, and he'll drop this one on around about the penalty spot. Prescott blows the whistle, and it found the penalty spot, and Casemiro maybe had a chance at that because it beat the Port Darwin defender, but just didn't get anything meaningful on it. But it's come back again here to Newell. He spread the ball right, looking for an option, but only found a blue shirt. Sicles heads the ball, and it's one in the centre of the field by Da Costa Pereira, only as far forward as Gittins, and he's got Kilmartin for company. Looks home, plays Sicles. Back to the feet of McGrath. Forward to an on-rushing Gittins. He had a run forward there from Wold Jock, but opted not to use him, and that's a nice ball forward to McGrath. Across the face there, beat the defender, but beat Wold Jock as well. That's the best moment of the game for Port Darwin. Dejan Newell was caught in no man's land with a nice ball across the middle here from McGrath. Steaming forward was Wold Jock and just couldn't hit the ball in stride, but so nearly 1-1 here in this second round, game 2 of round 5 of the 2001 FFA Cup. Gets under that one, does Newell. It's gone 60 on the fly and won by Kilmartin, but second ball by Mashi Mango. Sicles back to the direct football, but that'll be one bounce, two bounces, and comfortably taken by Dejan Newell. Ball in midfield. Nearly turned over there from Keane, but the experienced man's kept possession. Out to Tran. Ball forward in the channel there for Casemiro, but he knew he was offside and wisely just stopped his run there, and the ball will trickle out harmlessly for a goal kick. And while Dominic Price strolls over to collect the ball there from Jacob Gittins, we'll also take the opportunity to thank our other sponsors, the Northern Territory Government, the Northcrest, beautiful Northcrest scoreboard, Steel Line, the service over and above, NTS Construction Supplies, McDonald's, who've come on board this year, and of course Ward Keller, the Territory Legal Specialists. Price didn't quite get under that one, and the Henson's cleaned up his scraps, but the ball's been turned over in the middle of the field and it's at the feet of Kilmartin now. He's looked to just drop one in behind. Couldn't find the right weight on the pass, but he gets the ball into Newell's feet. And he's beaten two, turns a second time to Pereira, cut out by Mashi Mango, and it's Jock on the board now. Jock with the raking ball across towards Edmund McGrath. You feel like McGrath's offside, and the linesman confirms the decision. Passmore. Ball turned over in the midfield by Keane. Sicles. It's getting scrappy here. Keane through the back, but no foul. Sicles still with the ball, and the foul's given now, no advantage. Nobody showing short in front of the ball here for Port Darwin. And Bailey steps forward and says, how about you go forward, Roberto, and I'll take this one. Gives him the ball back. Sicles looking for a short option. Nobody showing again, and he's gone long into a channel for Gittins to chase. Gittins got there, nearly drew the foul. In the end, I think the ball went out for a goal kick. At a very nearly moment there, as the ball drifted forward, and we've got an injury here for Casuarina, no. See the replay again. Sicles just chips a ball into an area, and it's McRae Van Lingen who stretches to get that one. Steaming through was Gittins following up, and McRae Van Lingen may have done a little bit of soft tissue damage to his groin or his hamstring as he stretched for that one, but we'll monitor him through the course of the rest of this half. It's Pereira on the ball again now. Looks up. Chips the ball forward in the direction of Casemiro. Well won by Henson. And it's Tran that'll come forward and take the throw. Gets the ball back, but not to his feet, and that'll go out rather harmlessly. A cheap turnover in possession there between Tran and young Yakub. And it's Gittins that'll take this for Port Darwin. Long throw back to Henson. Even further back to Price. He'll put this up into the mixer at about the halfway line. It's gone a little bit further from Price. But couldn't find the feet of McGrath. It's very open in midfield here as we're getting deep into this first half. Newell chips the ball in an area. It's picked off by Gittins. To Mashimango. Back to Henson. Nearly gave the ball away there, Henson. Back to Gittins. Ian Henson keeping it, and Henson says, no, that's enough of that. We'll get this out of here, but it's only as far as the defender, Keane. Won by McGrath to Prifty. It's gone out for a Port Darwin throw. When Prifty and McGrath have been able to get balls between one another on that left-hand channel, it has looked promising from a Port Darwin perspective, but it's just been too few and far between. Too many balls over the top. Not enough balls on the deck with the two of those. With those two combining. 2 balls on the pitch. Yakub's thrown that off, and Gittins will take the throw. Kneed down by McGrath. He's got Tran for company. And puts the ball into touch. Tran will take the throw. Cleared away by McRae Van Lingen, and Ryan Bailey says, I'll see you the same, and put it straight back where he came from. Couldn't be controlled by Prifty, and it's an up and under. One there by Casemiro to Newell. Casemiro beat Sicklez and Bailey. Kilmartin won the ball in the middle there and put it forward as Port Darwin come back the other way. Sicklez. McGrath shouldered strongly off the ball there by McRae Van Lingen. I thought that was good, hard, clean football, but too strong, says referee Prescott. You can see here, Prifty plays it to Sicklez, ball forward to McGrath, and McRae Van Lingen maybe a little bit in the back, but that looks shoulder to shoulder from here. And it's a fantastic opportunity for Port Darwin to get one in the box. And McGrath and Sicklez stand over it. Sicklez with the armband on tonight will probably pull rank, but McGrath's saying, I won this free kick. How about I take one, Roberto? And Ryan Prescott issuing instructions here in the box to a number of players before we can get this one back underway. And it appears as though a yellow card has been issued. It's off camera, so we'll await to see who got the yellow card. Some long deliberations from Prescott to the wall. It is McGrath that'll take this. Nice area, balls through, one bounce and picked up by Newell. That was not a bad free kick there, but again, And DaCosta Pereira on the ball. Won there by Mashimango. Tried to put a ball forward for Prifty. And that's chipped into an area at the feet of Prifty. He chips it over, looks to go to his own advantage, just couldn't quite get there. And you can see it was a nice ball forward here from Roberto Ciclez. Finds Prifty, and he just couldn't get it there. And you can see the unusual number 12 of Keane there in centre half. I'm understanding that Yari McRae van Lingen in the 34th minute was shown a second yellow card for dissent after the initial yellow card, and he's actually received a red card. So it's Casuarina down to 10 players here for the rest of this match. They hold a 1-0 lead, and the corner swung in. Found their head, fallen dangerously there, and it's Gittins who's tried to get there, but the ball has gone out for a goal kick. They're dangerous time for Casuarina as they adjust to the being one man down. It's their talismanic centre half, Yari McRae van Lingen, that has seen red. As you can see, Keane has dropped in there as a pass more into that centre back position. You expect it'll be 2 blocks of 4 from Casuarina, but their coach Zilio will be very keen to get them through this last 7 or 8 minutes to half time, get in there and discuss what they're going to do in the second half. But just ill-discipline, if that's correct, that it was for dissent towards the referee that McRae van Lingen has seen his second yellow and let his team down there. But they hold the man advantage, Port Darwin, but the important advantage is 1-0 Casuarina here on the Northcrest scoreboard. And Newell has Mashimango and Jock for company. Back to Thompson. Finds Jock. Goes inside when he perhaps should have looked out. But they're switching the point of the attack here. This is what Port Darwin need to do. They don't need to score in the first 5 minutes of having the man advantage, but they need to move Casuarina around if they're going to get a result in this one. And Ciclez tries the first time cross into the area, not what Port Darwin needed, and Pereira has the opportunity to go the other way. Gets the ball to Kilmartin. He brings it forward and plays it in the direction of Casemiro, but couldn't find feet, and that's picked out there by Henson. Port Darwin will need to be careful here. Casemiro hasn't lost any of his speed with that man going off, and they're still going to be very, very dangerous on the counter-attack. So as they press numbers forward here in search of an equaliser, there's every opportunity Casuarina can come back with 10 men the other way and find a second. So the ball's gone into the hands of Price. Thompson looking for an option. He had Waljock short, but chose not to use him. Instead goes long over the top in the direction of Prifty, and that's nice. Onside from Andrew Prifty, through with the keeper, but well done, Dion Newell. Got out and cleaned the ball up at the edge of his area. Thought he'd made a mistake by going long, but Prifty did beautifully. Got in front of Keane there. He was always going to win the foot race once he was in front, and the keeper's come out and made a fantastic stop for his team there, Dion Newell. Release long to Mark Casemiro, straight back the other way, and Casemiro's gone down. Henson had his hands up. Had a decision to make there, Ryan Prescott, because Casemiro took 3 steps and was past Andrew Henson, but Henson learned his lesson from the league game, stayed out of it and got his hands in the air, and Casemiro lost his feet. But we could so easily have been 10 on 10 here for the last hour of this one. Prifty to Ciclez. Looks to swing across into the near post. Great work. That's a fantastic header there from Waljock. And doesn't he love it? Ciclez has persevered with those crosses in from the left-hand side. That time without their number 1 defender in Yari McRae van Lingen there, the tall timber. Young Waljock was able to position himself beautifully, as we'll see here on the replay. The quick flow from Prifty finds Ciclez, drops the shoulder and gets the cross in at the near post. DaCosta Pereira unable to follow Waljock, who craned his head beautifully, and it's gone off the underside of the crossbar, and it's 1-1 here in the 40th minute. Casemiro kicks it off here. Ball all the way back to Keane. Cheap turnovers, nearly 2 of them there. It's all a little bit much here for Casuarina. Just need to settle down on the ball. Take a breath. It was 2 errant passes in midfield. Pick a man out. Pereira. This is the man to take control and make sure that they're doing what they need to do. He finds Kilmartin. That's the other experienced player in the team, and he draws the attention of Sicles before playing the ball out nice and wide to Da Costa Pereira. Newell. Pereira. So much time and space for Casuarina. Nicely slipped in behind, just a little bit too heavy for Mark Casemiro. But Port Darwin with a numerical advantage, not blocking up the midfield there at all without the ball. And they need to be careful of that because a ball in behind that's weighted well. We'll see Casemiro one-on-one with Dominic Price. It's a fantastic shot stopper, Price, but you back Casemiro in. Only one goal in the league so far this season, but you suspect that it's not going to be long before he opens that up, and the ball's forward to Abasi there. And we'll go out for a Port Darwin throw. Yes, only one goal in the league so far for Mark Casemiro, but when his floodgates open, you suspect they're going to keep coming. And McGrath looking for an option here for the throw. Plays it to Mashi Mango, back to McGrath. Shielded out there by Kilmartin for a goal kick. Both coaches will be keen to get their troops in at half-time and give them some instructions. Port Darwin have got the goal, but they haven't really looked to utilise the numerical advantage in the way that you'd expect here, not moving Casuarina around and not maintaining possession prior to this in the way that you'd expect, but they got the goal. Meanwhile, from a Casuarina point of view, there'll be some discussion around tie at half-time, but McGrath's through. Newell's got it into McGrath, and he's cleared that somehow off the line there. I think it was Quinlan Tran. I'll apologise if it's not, but through Edmund McGrath, Newell's come out, made himself big, tried to clear it, but it only went as far as McGrath, who had an open goal, could have touched it in. He's tried to just pass it there, and Tran's come flying through and saved his team from going behind 2-1 as we head into the dying embers of this first half. But what excitement in front of the goalmouth. I was just saying, Casuarina will be looking to get in at half-time. Zelio will want his troops in there to explain what needs to happen to shore this up in the second half as Thompson chips a ball into an area. One in the air there by Passmore. Kilmartin. Acrobatic overhead kick there from Prifty. Would have been worth the price of admission alone if that one had gone in, and Newell just falls on it. It's gone out to Passmore. Gets it to Bacosta Pereira. Strong challenge from Thompson, and Agbasi puts that forward for Jock, but he's not streaming forward onto it. Kilmartin drops the shoulder and gets round Thompson, and that's a strong challenge from Bailey. Clean, hard football, and Kilmartin acknowledges that was a great tackle. So not expecting any added time here at the end of this first half. So we're heading into the last 10 or so seconds. So once this ticks over 45, as that's an interesting attack. It's a free kick outside the area. Pereira's saying I was in, sir, but certainly it looked about half a metre or a metre outside there, but needless from Agbasi. Wasn't really going anywhere, the captain, and now he's put a lot of pressure on Price and the wall here as we're into what will be the only minute of added time. You suspect that this will be a shot and we'll see the halftime whistle blown. But if Yacoub can hit the target here and give his team a much-needed lift and take a 2-1 advantage in at halftime, Agbasi will have some questions to answer from his coach, Lee Addison. The man that Casuarina would love on the pitch at this point in time is the mercurial Imam Muklas, who's sitting on their bench tonight, but an absolute free kick specialist. Great to see him back in the NPL this season. Unsure if we'll see him tonight, but it's Yacoub directing traffic. He puts it in on the deck, but comfortably dealt with by Port Darwin as the ball rolls out back to the feet of Yacoub. He's tried to play a 1-2 there, and that is all she wrote here in what has been a very entertaining first half. Certainly the Casuarina Rowdies deservedly taking their 1-0 advantage early in the first half there with a spot kick that was won and put away. But then the red card certainly changed the momentum here with Yari McRae Van Lingen heading off, and Port Darwin were good value for their equaliser, and it's 1-1 here at the break here at Darwin Football Stadium, Larrakia Park, on a beautiful Tuesday night for football in this round 5, game 2 of the 2021 FFA Cup. My name's John Dean. As I said before, I expect to be joined by Bruce Stalder at some point during the broadcast, but stay tuned for more, and we'll see you shortly for the second half. And welcome back here to Darwin Football Stadium at Larrakia Park after what was an action-packed first half that saw a yellow card from Jacob Gittins, where he brought down Mark Casemiro in the box in the 5th minute, and Robert Kilmartin converting home for Casuarina to take a 1-0 lead. And they were well on top, Casuarina, in the first half. And that all changed in the 34th minute when Jari McRae van Lingen was shown a second yellow card and subsequently a red for dissent. And with the one-man advantage, Port Darwin were able to level in the 41st minute with a beautiful header from Wold Jock off a Roberto Sicler's cross. And certainly they looked to finish the half stronger, Port Darwin. And it was an opportune time for Zelio Casemiro to get his charges in at half-time. And you can see the slightly different shape that they've come out with here in the second half as I look to shore things up and then play on the counter for Mark Casemiro to perhaps pinch a winner here. Well, meanwhile, for Port Darwin, again, no changes for them at halftime either, but Lee Addison will have been telling his troops to keep the ball on the deck, maintain possession, and move this Casuarina outfit around to try and pinch a second or third goal here as the half wears on. They don't need to win it here in the first 5 minutes of this second half, Port Darwin, but they can certainly lose it if they don't get their structures right. The ball's played back to Keane. Newell to Passmore, inviting trouble in here with Wold Jock and his speed, but Newell calmly plays the ball back again to Passmore. To Newell. To Costa Pereira on the left-hand side. He's got Thompson for company. And along the line, in the direction of Robbie Kilmartin, he's got Bailey with him, but opens it up there for Yakub. Puts the ball forward for Casemiro, who's in a foot race, and Price has come out of his area to get that one. But so much space in behind the line there. Port Darwin playing very high, and that is the road to goal for Casuarina. You'll see here on the replay from in his own half, the ball's gone forward. Casemiro's gone straight past Gittins, left Henson in his wake as well, and Price smartly out there, 19, 20 yards out to clear that one away. But danger signs here for Port Darwin. Newell's turned there, but got through Jock. Kilmartin. And he's picked his pocket there as Roberto Sicler's and finds Thompson. Back to Sicler's. Got some time and space on the right flank. Kilmartin closing him down, doing his defensive duty. Turns there, Sicler's. Kilmartin. Sicler's. Mashi Mango, and they've turned the ball over to Casemiro. He'll take a shot on, and that's been saved there by Dominic Price. But for all his good play, Roberto Sicler's, he does it at times by just playing his hand a little bit too strongly. And he's been shown a red card here. So just like that, the numerical advantage that Port Darwin were maintaining is gone. So I'm not sure if something was said there from Roberto Sicler's, but he'll be joining Jari McRae van Lingen on the sideline. I think he was protesting too vociferously that he should have received a free kick from the slightly challenged from behind there from Robbie Kilmartin, but too much protestation for Ryan Prescott. And just like that, we are 10 on 10 and game on for both sides here in this round 5 clash. Just unnecessary ill discipline from the very experienced Port Darwin skipper. And it places even more pressure now at the feet of Andrew Prifty. Both teams just waiting for Sicler's to leave the field. The corner will be taken here by Yakub. Swung in, but out there, and Henson steaming forward. Puts a ball up, but it's cut out by Keane. Looks to go straight back the other way to Tran. He's all over the back of Gittins, and Gittins has managed to win that throw in there. So this was already turning into a very open contest before we went to 10 on 10, but it's only going to get more open now as this half wears on with 1 goal apiece and one player missing from both sides here. Tran to Pereira. Tran back to Pereira. Opportunity to switch the point of the attack here. And they do that. Advantage being played. A nice advantage by Prescott to Costa Pereira. to Casemiro. Back to Costa Pereira. The ball's fallen for him. He's got an opportunity to shoot. And that is a calm finish from the young man. At 6s and 7s at the back, Port Darwin. And he's just strolled through. Calmly finished cross cage with his left foot. I think I can go so far as to say that's a first senior goal for Aiden da Costa Pereira. A little back heel from Mark Casemiro and indecision there from Henson and Mashi Mango, and it's fallen there for a beautiful cross cage finish from Aiden da Costa Pereira. And Price is absolutely livid at his team, as Roberto Ciclez has not been off the field for more than 60 seconds, and Casuarina have hit the front 2-1. Prifty. Back to Gittins. McGrath. Again, just trying to take on too much, and Gittins is in the back there of Casemiro. They've got to throw here, Port Darwin. McGrath. Unable to win the second ball. It was well done by Gordon Pereira, the captain, and the ball switched out again to the goal scorer, da Costa Pereira. To Kilmartin. Over the top, chested there by Henson, and Bailey gets the ball out to Gittins. Driving forward now, Jacob Gittins. This is going to be the story of the match for the next 40 minutes for Port Darwin. They're going to have to stretch the field to try and find an equaliser again here after only just getting themselves back into the game shortly before half-time. And McGrath. Passmore and back to Tran. Pereira looks to switch the point of the attack. He's done so again to da Costa Pereira. Finds himself in plenty of space, and you suspect that'll be the case for the rest of the evening. Gets the ball to Yakub. Turns inside and drives. Ball forward to Casemiro, and that was well done there by Jacob Gittins. Got over to provide some cover because he was going to go straight past the two centre-halves from Port Darwin. Just couldn't find the feet of the now captain Andrew Henson. In the middle there from Waljock. It'll be a Casuarina throw. And you suspect now that Casuarina will be in no hurry to move this game along with the goal advantage and both teams down to 10. Sukub on the ball. Forward from Passmore, and that's found its way to Casemiro, but no way was he able to control that. Yakub's got it back again to Kilmartin. Looks left, turns right, spins back inside, but Greg Agbasi's there. Pereira to Kilmartin. Plays across. An awkward clearance there from Henson, but it's got to McGrath. He's tried to take the ball down the left-hand channel. It's got Quinlan Tran for company. Switching the point of the attack to Thompson. He's got an opportunity to run forward. Has Newell with him. Mashi Mango in the middle. Gives the ball to Mashi Mango. Keeps the ball there. Back to Thompson. And he's switched it over to the left-hand side to Gittins. Poor first touch, but no disadvantage. Looks inside. Picks up Mashi Mango. Back to his left back in Gittins. He's just chipped the ball over to Prifty. He's onside, Andrew Prifty. Squares the ball up. And he's managed to get there, does Waljock, but he couldn't get the shot on target. He actually got a foot to that one, and it's come off the outside of it. Spun up in the air, I think you'll find. Here we'll see the replay. Ball's over. Great run from Prifty. Could have gone for goal himself, but he's cut it across with his left foot. And we'll give da Costa Pereira the credit because he's managed to step in and cut it out. But while we were watching the replay, Andrew Prifty has scored an equaliser. And just like that, it's 2-2. So there's the throw from Thompson, as you'll see on the replay. McGrath, a little flick on. Prifty's got it. He's just chipped it over, trying to get it to his advantage, and it's beaten the on-rushing Newell. And Andrew Prifty has an eye for goal this season, and it's 2-2. What an entertaining game we've got here at Darwin Football Stadium. And we've still got at least 35 minutes left to go. Out to da Costa Pereira, in space again. Shows a clean pair of heels to Thompson, and it's a long sweeping cross that'll go out for a goal kick to Port Darwin. As we'll see the replay of this here, just couldn't wrap his foot quite around it. But Andrew Prifty, a much bigger role for him in this side this year. He had a midfield three last year with Ryan McAvoy, who this season's plying his trade over in the NPL in Perth for Armidale, currently sitting ninth, and Sean Hodor, who's returned back to the NPL in Victoria, moved across from Werribee City to Moreland Zebras. Dario Vidicic in that side for those of you familiar with Australian football. But it's meant that a lot of the responsibility has fallen on the shoulders of Prifty, and hasn't he taken it there? The ball's fallen nicely for a break here for Port Darwin, and Jock and Mashi Mango just couldn't get the ball together, but it's cleared only as far as the Port Darwin defence, and an audacious shot, and there's an opportunity here, and it's gone in. Edwin McGrath has put Port Darwin in front. It was a beautiful fast break, as I said there, between Jock and Mashi Mango, and it looked like it had all fallen to pieces. But when they've cleared the ball, Casuarina, it's only gone out as far as Port Darwin's right-hand side, and the crosses come in. Newell's come out, couldn't quite get a hand on it strong enough to clear it away, and McGrath's fallen over, but still managed to get a foot on that one and put it away. And with 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes, Port Darwin have hit the front. And it looks like we're seeing the first substitution for the evening, and it's the first goal scorer, Robbie Kilmartin, that's coming from the pitch, and he'll be replaced by the man I mentioned earlier that they would have loved to have on there for that free kick, the mercurial Imam Muklas. Port Darwin will need to be very careful about giving away any free kicks in and around the area with this man on the pitch, and he's got a lot of experience, looking a little fitter this year than he did the back end of last season. He'll look to run at these defenders and try and get his team back in it. I think it's fair to say that at 3-2, we have not seen the end of the scoring for this evening, with just over 34 minutes left to play. And what's at stake for both of these sides is a place in round 6, the semi-final of the NT Sports Ministers' Cup, and an opportunity from there to go to the final and win a spot in the round of 32 of the 2021 FFA Cup. I mentioned earlier in the call, Casuarina have twice appeared in round 6. This is Port Darwin's 3rd appearance in the 5th round, but never made it as far as the 6th round. And a huge opportunity for both these sides to represent Northern Territory for the first time in the FFA Cup. Darwin Olympic, of course, the first representatives in 2015. There was no representation in 2014. And we'll talk about some of those sides a little bit later on, as Imam Mukla stands over this one and swings the ball in. It's a dipping free kick, but couldn't beat Thompson. Still with the ball here, Casuarina, but it's one back there by Jock. It's gone out for a throw. It's at the feet of Yakub. And we're coming back here for a free kick. No advantage there from the strong foul off Mashi Mango. And we've got Yakub standing over it, who has been the designated free kick taker until Imam Muklas came on the pitch. And Muklas has pulled rank here on young Yakub and will be swinging this one in. McRae Van Lingen would have been a fantastic target here for Casuarina had he still been on the pitch. Certainly their tallest player by some margin. But Tran may be an option, but swinging this one in with real pace and venom you expect from Imam Muklas, and the wall may be worthwhile jumping, but he's tried to dip it in. It dipped late, but it just never looked like going all the way in there. But talking about those representatives in the FFA Cup, as I said, the inaugural Cup didn't have representation from FNT, but Olympic in 2015, the first representatives out of Darwin, and they were touched up by Adelaide United, the current holders at that point in time, 6-1 in the round of 32. Shamrock Rovers, then Darwin Rovers, the same club under a different name, went through in 2016 and 2017. In 2017, Rovers lost to the eventual champions Sydney FC, and then, of course, who can forget in 2018, Hellenic Athletic, a classic 4-3 win for the Western Sydney Wanderers over the Darwin side. Very late on there, they stretched the A-League outfit all the way, and of course in 2019, Darwin Olympic back in, where they were beaten by Edgeworth Eagles. So For all their good form, Casuarina in the league over the last couple of years, they've never had the opportunity to represent the NT, and I'd love to get through this game here and continue to fight for an opportunity to do that. But the ball now is with Prifty. He's got it across to Mashy Mango. Mashy Mango has an opportunity, pulls the trigger, but never had any real venom on that one. But it's fallen for Jock. It's got to Costa Pereira for company, and to Costa Pereira, good work there. It's put it out for a throw-in. We'll come back to check on the injured player here, who went down in that last passage of play for Casuarina, and it is Keane. Looks like potentially a calf. Let's hope that's just cramp and nothing more serious, but it has been quite a fast first 60 minutes to this one. And it gives us an opportunity to take our breath as Greg Agbasi makes his way to the sideline, and he's substituted there what looks to be the number 4 for Port Darwin. Very difficult to see the numbers on the back of these jerseys that they're wearing tonight. And I'll stick with that being Jones, Matthew Jones in number 4. But as Keane gets treatment here, it gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors again. So McDonald's come on board this season to support, in particular women's football, but all the football in the Northern Territory. Ward Keller, the Territory Law Firm, for your personal business dispute resolution needs. Thank you also to Diamond Barbers at Parap, Bella Mac and the CBD. Thank you to Nico, Northern Territory Government for their support. As always, Northcrest and the beautiful Northcrest scoreboard, Steel Line for service over and above, and NTF, the construction supply specialists, and Darwin Olympic Sporting Club. Thank you to Peter and his team there. And of course, HPA, helping people achieve. It's a long release there from DR Newell, and the ball's fallen for Muklas, who's looked to repeat the dose from Prifty. Just couldn't get his foot under it, and Price managed to stop the first shot there from Muklas. Showed great turn of speed, did Muklas, really, to beat Henson to that one. Couldn't get his ball, or the ball underneath, his foot underneath the ball there. Price saved, ball fell for Casemiro, and he just lashed at that. Couldn't get it on target, because if he got that one on target, they perhaps would have been level here 3-3 in the 62nd minute. A long delay here as we wait for the restart. Strong work from Casemiro, and Henson managed to body him off the ball there. He's beaten 2 but couldn't beat 3. Still somehow got the ball at his feet though. And that's forward from Gittins to McGrath. One there by Pereira, then Tran. Got the ball to Newell, but Gittins has won that one back. And he'll play it back to Henson. Prifty, unable to control that one at the back. And Mashy Mango beaten by Pereira. And that one's been put in a touch there by Port Darwin, by Jones. And it's a throw to Gordon Pereira. It appears as though there was a substitution, and Keane has come from the field for Casuarina. And I suspect that it's Corey Davis in 8 that's come on. We'll confirm that. That's an agricultural challenge there from Jones. And he's been shown a yellow ticket for his trouble. Needs to be careful here, Jones. He's only just come on. Nice work from Gordon Pereira, but unnecessary. It wasn't really going anywhere. There was no black and white shirts, 4 defenders around, and couldn't help himself to substitute. He's gone and given away a free kick and got himself in the book. So the skipper Pereira stands over this free kick, 35 out and maybe 2 or 3 metres in from touch. Just chips it in. That's won by Bailey. And McGrath's got there. Pereira did well not to give away the free kick there, and McGrath will have him for pace. Takes him down this left-hand touchline. And Corey Davis. No, it's Braden McClellan in 16 that's come on. Apologies there. So Braden McClellan on at centre half in the long sleeves, replacing Keane. And Newell. Straight to the feet of Tran, but he couldn't control that one. Just took his eye off it, and Gittins will take the throw. Tried to play it into the feet there of Prifty, but had 2 for company. Mashimango working as I said he needed to in here. Just tireless chasing bodies in the midfield, but it's really opening up with 10 on 10. You'll need to continue to do that if Port Darwin are going to continue to maintain this 1-goal advantage they've got here. It's DaCosta Pereira. Finds the feet of Casemiro and then gets it back. He's done well so far on the left flank this evening, and he's managed to get past Waljock there. Attracted 2 for company and gets it back to Newell. Again here, DaCosta Pereira. Turns back inside, but Jock's managed to win it off him this time. Puts the ball forward, but unable to find a Port Darwin feed, and it's McClellan that's got the ball. Plays it back to Newell. Prifty's there, but just chipped over towards the halfway line and calmly won by Passmore back to McClellan. Gets it to Pereira. Plenty of space to turn here for Gordon, and he does. Drives it forward, the Knights captain, and he's picked out a beautiful pass there. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite control it. Yakub, but didn't he show a clean pair of heels? Thompson gets it back. Beats one. Sloppy pass forward and picked out by Gordon Pereira. Yakub tried to turn and just fading there, but McGrath's won the ball outside of the boot. Nice to Mashimango. Looks inside. He sees a run of Waljock. Oh, and it's got there in the end. Reza Passmore's rushed up and didn't make contact with the ball. Jock's through one-on-one with the keeper. He's tried to chip it over. Couldn't quite get there. And DR Newell's come outside the area. And I think that'll be a free kick against Andrew Prifty for DR Newell putting his head down. But, yeah, the ball got there. Nice for Mashimango in the end. Jock just toe-poked. Couldn't get that over DR Newell. Did a good job. Credit the keeper. He made himself big. And he came outside the area to stop the second effort. And very, very experienced play there, sticking his head down and drawing the foul for a high boot from Andrew Prifty. And there's shouts, as you can hear through the effects mic there, for a free kick, or a penalty actually for Casuarina, but the ball was already won by Andrew Henson when Dominic Price came out. So Muklas has slopped this ball forward. Henson's running through. He's got Mark Casemiro there. It's been cleaned up by Henson, and Casemiro has been taken out there by Dominic Price. It'd be very harsh to give a penalty for that, but unnecessary there from the Port Darwin keeper because he's given referee Ryan Prescott a decision to make. As we play on, Muklas chips in. Price, strong fist away. And the ball's forward from Jock to Prifty. He's got Samson Mashimango there. Mashimango couldn't control the ball at his feet, and McClellan has managed to get that one back there to his keeper in Newell. Tran's open on this right side. Flicked on from Yakub. One in the centre of the field there by Jones to McGrath. He looks up and he sees that same run again from Andrew Prifty that was made by Waljock earlier in the half. DaCosta Pereira getting forward, but they're just catching him out a little bit on his defensive duty. Seeing how much run he's got in those young legs. Ball forward, but 3 central now for Port Darwin in defence on Mark Casemiro, taking no chances of him getting through on a fast break. But that's sloppy from Thompson, turned over in midfield, and just like that, they're on the break. Casemiro's got position on Henson. Henson done really, really well there to not push Mark Casemiro over and give away a penalty. Very disciplined stuff because it would have been so easy to bring him down, and Gittins takes the ball the other way, gets it to Mashimango, tries to play the ball through to Prifty, but it was an errant pass there. Really opening up. It's end-to-end here, and we've still got at least 20 minutes left to play. As I said earlier, feel that it's not going to be the last goal that we see tonight. So it's Passmore to Newell. Looks right and goes left. He's got 3 for company, and Bailey just steps in and cuts that one out. McGrath. Over the top, Route 1 stuff here, but sweeper keeper Dejan Newell, at least 30 metres out, has got that one comfortably covered. Pereira. Yakub. Nice work. Geez, they were caught out there. Ryan Bailey had stepped right up from his central half position and he'd left Henson very exposed. Mark Casemiro was in acres of space between the right back and the centre back for Port Darwin, and she's also nearly for Casuarina there. Need to get themselves organised at the back here, Port Darwin. Their 4 is getting caught out, and the attacks to Mark Casemiro are only going to come thicker and faster from Casuarina as this half wears on if they're still behind. Pereira. Forward to Newell. To Yakub. Back to Pereira. Less time and space for Gordon Pereira in this half, but it's opening up on the edges as Port Darwin's defence compacts itself up. A nice little 1-2, but just couldn't control it, Tran. To McGrath. Good sliding tackle from Pereira. Still getting to the second balls first here, Casuarina. They've got the intensity that you want to see from a side trailing at this point. Heads haven't dropped. They still think they can get one back here and perhaps 2. And Price makes Casemiro come up to him and make a play at the ball. An up and under from Dominic Price. It goes as high as it did long, and that'll just trickle out. And Quinlan Tran, as you can see in the near side of the picture here, is absolutely spent. And you suspect he's not going to be the only one that goes down. It's been a very open game here tonight. Not particularly humid in Darwin. The dry season is certainly upon us, but it's still 28, 29 degrees out there, and it's been a very open match. And Casuarina look to be going to the substitutes bench again. And it's a double substitution. So on comes number 3, Seb Smith, and off comes Tran. And on comes number 15, Charles Adu. And off comes number 11, Raul Yakub. Adu scored the first goal in the meetings between these sides, and he's certainly a man with very good feet, great close control, and he loves running at defences. You asked yourself a few questions in the off-season when Luis Rodriguez sustained his injury and Parascus Coombe left Casuarina for Hellenic. You know, that 3-pointed attack that Casuarina had, where are the other goals going to come from other than Mark Casemiro? And Charles Adu certainly put his hand up and said, I can contribute to this. And you can see he's run forward now. He's only been on the pitch 30 seconds. Couldn't quite find him there, but he's going to cause danger here for this Port Darwin defence in the last 20 minutes of this one. So Da Costa Pereira with the throw. To their man Adu now. Tries to find Casemiro with a little pass, but couldn't sneak it in. Pereira. Head tennis. 3, 4. Cleared away there by Port Darwin. Adu's on the ball. Slips the ball to Muklas. To Smith, one of the substitutes. Muklas turns, drops the shoulder. He's got Henson for company. Tries to get a crossing at the back post, but just couldn't wrap his foot around it there, Imam. Most of the attack now and the patient build-up coming from Casuarina. That's what they'll want for this last 20 minutes of this one. And Price taking the long run over to that far corner to collect the ball for a goal kick. And it gives us an opportunity while he's doing that to thank our sponsors, McDonald's, Ward Keller, the Territory Law Firm for personal and business dispute resolution. Give them a call, 1-800-978-360, as well as Parap Barbers at Parap, Bellamac and the CBD, Northern Territory Government, Northcrest, beautiful Northcrest scoreboard, Steel Line for service over and above, and NTF Construction Supplies. And the team you'll see featuring next week in the third game of round 5 of the FFA Cup, Darwin Olympic Sporting Club, proud sponsors of Football Northern Territory in season 2021. So Gittins Agricultural again, showing his AFL form there on captain Gordon Pereira. He's chipped the ball into Charles Adu and he's got it there. Now at his feet, Adu. He's got Smith inside. Ball slightly behind Smith, but he takes the shot on first time with his left foot. You don't mind seeing that. Muklas found Adu. Adu couldn't quite find Smith, but that seems to be the avenue that's going to work for Casuarina here. The two fresh players on this near side here at Darwin Football Stadium, Larrakia Park. Price taking his full 6 seconds, and again he's got right up and under, so he'll come down with rain on it. You can see this. Very few bodies in midfield. We've got a forward line and a defensive line for both teams and only a couple of players in between. Jock beat the Costa Pereira. Got the ball there for Prifty. Prifty takes on the shot on the turn. Audacious attempt there from the Albanian. And Dion Newell quick to get this one away here with a goal kick. Played the ball forward into an area for Pereira. But Pereira has gone straight through Samson Mashimango there. Must have got some ball. But strong challenge leading from the front, Gordon Pereira. Mashimango wins the header in the middle. And he's certainly led with the foot there. He's saying, no, sir, who, me? Good, strong work in the first instance, and then he's just raised the foot for no reason there, Samson Mashimango, and Reza Passmore imploring his team to get forward as he takes the free kick short to Pereira. He dribbles it forward into the attacking half. Has chance to look up. Put the ball to Muklas. Muklas fakes left, goes right, back to Pereira, finds Charles Adu. He's got there to the tackle of Gittins, takes 2 steps, shoots, and that is a goal from Charles Adu. That is 3-3 here with 15 minutes to play. You said he was going to be dangerous when he came on. He had an opportunity there and he did not hesitate to take it on. Gittins found wanting. Adu finds the back of the net. And after 77 minutes and 10 men aside, it is 3-3 here in this round 5 FFA Cup fixture. Adu, as you can see on the replay, got through the tackle of Gittins, took 2 steps, took it on, and Price had no chances. That one nestles itself in the net. So it's a 6-goal thriller here thus far on a Tuesday night. And I said earlier we didn't expect that was the last goal that we'd see. And I suspect there might still be one more in this, potentially in regulation. It's Isaac Paul that's found his way onto the pitch. Was in fantastic goal-scoring form last year for Port Darwin. Hit double figures with most of those coming off the bench and certainly cemented his starting spot, but hasn't been able to find his way into Lee Addison's starting 11 this season. But he's got 23 minutes here. 13 minutes here. How's my maths going this evening? To try and find a winner for his team and advance them through to the 6th round of the FFA Cup. Isaac Paul now out on that left wing. Fresh legs and plenty of running. It appears he's been brought on at the expense of Edwin McGrath. And Prifty's giving directions, telling Paul to get over on that far side. I'm not going to swing anything in near post. And there's no point telling him that, Andrew, if you're not going to beat the first man on the free kick. And well won by Mashimango in the middle, but an errant pass after his good work defensively. A full 360-degree turn there in the middle from Newell, and he's released Mark Casemiro. Mark Casemiro through, heavy touch, around Price. Price has brought him down, and that is a penalty. The ball's through. He's onside, Mark Casemiro. He had Ryan Bailey beat for pace. He's through. You thought that his touch here with his right foot was a little bit heavy because it was too far away from him. Price, though, just couldn't get there. And then the contact, if there was any, was very, very light. But it's enough to bring down Mark Casemiro, and that is a penalty. There's been a yellow card shown. I'm not sure who to. It looked like Braden McClellan, but I'll wait for confirmation here. But I'd suspect Dominic Price has also found himself in the book. He's saying I pulled out, sir, but this will be the second penalty of the night for Casuarina. We'll see on the replay again. Casemiro, heavy touch, but he's gotten away with it just with sheer speed. Price goes to ground. and you think that his arms have just clipped the trailing leg of Mark Casemiro there. In the 79th minute, Robbie Kilmartin took the first penalty. He won't be taking the second penalty because he's not on the pitch. Imam Mukhlis will fancy it. Will Mark Casemiro get an opportunity to finish the good work that he started? Or will Gordon Pereira, the captain, step up? You expect that it'll be the experience of Mukhlis, but we'll wait and see who Casuarina sends forward. We're waiting for a ball. Price. Looks forlorn standing there, but can he stand up and make himself a hero here? You feel that there's still more twists in the tail of this one. It is Mukhlis. You suspect he's going to absolutely drive this, Mukhlis. He's hit it hard, and it's beaten Price. And it is 4-3, with plenty of time still to play here. Casuarina have hit the front again. Steps forward, composed run-up from Mukhlis. And he's put that one past Price. Not the best taken penalty, but they're all worth the same. And Casuarina lead again here, 4-3. We've got 8 minutes plus stoppage here to play. Will Casuarina sit back and try and absorb the pressure from Port Darwin, or will they keep pushing and look for a fifth to kill this tie off? Thompson. Ball forward into the channel, and that's knocked out for a throw. Don't need to go away from what they were doing earlier, Port Darwin. They were moving the ball around nicely and creating opportunities. If they go too direct here, they're just going to continue to turn the ball over. Appeals for a handball there against Acosta Pereira. Not heeded by the referee, but it has gone out for a corner. And Jock will take this one. It'll be the outswinging right foot of Jock. Bailey's up, Henson's up. All the tall timber for Port Darwin is forward now. It's chipped up, and Dion Newell calmly, comfortably takes that one. Has an opportunity for a fast break, but instead plays it out short. Mukhlis on the ball now. He put that ball forward into an area, but well picked up there by Thompson. You could see Casemiro would have been through and comfortably claimed in the end by Price. Thompson, plenty of time. Needs to find feet here. He's sending players forward. You suspect he's just going to chip it. He did well there to switch the point of the attack, and it's at Henson's feet now. This is better from Port Darwin. Henson, though, puts it forward to Prifty. Picked out by McClellan, but the ball's fallen 50-50. He's got there in the end. Opportunity nearly for Wold Jock. Couldn't take advantage of the ball falling at his feet there. He'd slipped over and scrambled well McClellan, and it's out for a Port Darwin throw deep in enemy territory. He's thrown it short to Thompson. Drops the shoulder, looks to go left, but he's turned it over there. Won it back, turned it over a second time, and the ball's at the feet of Adu. Adu shows a clean pair of heels and beats two. Releases the ball there to Newell. Looks to get it back. Bailey hasn't got him covered for legs. Again, he'll look to switch the point of the attack, and that's composed football. Finds Newell. Newell takes it on. Tries to slip the ball forward in there for Mukhlis, but unable to do so. And that's a nice 1-2 from Mashi Mango and Jock. Looks to release Isaac Paul. He's got through. He's been brought down by a player on the ground there, so there's been no foul given by Prescott, but unfortunate there for Isaac Paul. Mark Casemiro's down doing his shoelace, I think. I don't think he's injured. Yes, he's back in it now, and Bailey releases to Thompson. Got to commit numbers forward here, Port Darwin. May as well go down 5-3 chasing rather than sit on this 4-3. And that's exactly what Henson's done. The centre half's played a 1-2 with Prifty. Prifty, though, has options left and right and plays the ball in the left channel to Gittins. Gittins with a first-time ball across to Henson. Henson lays it back to Prifty. Prifty onto his right foot, takes the shot. Good diving save to his left-hand side there from DR Newell. And I think the referee is going to say there was an offside. So the ball was played back. Prifty takes it on his left foot, moves it to his right, takes the shot, and the ball's fallen there for Waljock, who had just straight offside. So it wouldn't have counted had he finished the rebound from entry 50 in any case. But the offside's been waved away and we've got a throw in. So Thompson's got the ball. And clearly headed away there by the Casuarina defence, as you were 30 metres further down the field. Thompson. Cleared away again by Da Costa Pereira. Forward to Casemiro. And Bailey has taken no ball and all Casemiro. And that'll be a yellow card. Oh, he's gone the back pocket here. And that's a straight red card. A straight red card for Ryan Bailey. And they'll go down to 9. And Newell is getting into him here. He's detecting his player and protecting his player. And the other Newell's gone in as well. Just some cooler heads need to prevail here from Casuarina, or they'll go down to 9 as well. They've got the numerical advantage. Oh, and Ryan Newell's also been shown a red. He's come in and tried to protect Mark Casemiro too aggressively there for the referee's liking, and he'll be joining Bailey on the sideline, and both teams here will finish with 9. There's been some real ill discipline from both sides here this evening. Hasn't taken away from the spectacle, but unnecessary, and it'll make it a challenging league game on the weekend for both of these teams. Well, Mark Casemiro is seen to, and we hope he's okay as both players exit the field. Casuarina have the early game on Saturday against Darwin Hearts, and Port Darwin the late game on Saturday against Mindle Aces, but both teams going to be without some players on the back of this evening's game. As they finish here with 9, you suspect that the running and the pace of this game is going to have taken it out of the players, as well as the fact that those 2 players for each side will be unavailable due to suspension. And the third game, of course, that you'll see on Friday night here on the FNT digital channels is Azuri versus Hellenic. Hellenic looking to keep their unbeaten start to the season on track with their 5th win, and Azuri looking to solidify their spot in the top 4. Of course, next week on Tuesday night, you'll see the last of the quarterfinals, the last of the round 5 fixtures here in the 2021 FFA Cup, and it will be Darwin Olympic up against Azuri that I just mentioned for the right to take on the winner of this match here this evening in the semi-final of the Sports Ministers' Cup. We spoke about earlier that Hellenic had already won their 5th round fixture against the Mindle Aces. They'll take on the winner of the Alice Springs section of this tournament for their place, or their right, I should say, to take a place in the Sports Ministers' Cup final. The winner of that cup final, the right to represent the Northern Territory in the round of 32 of the 2021 FFA Cup. Plenty of time being taken here by the Casuarina medical staff to make sure that Mark Casemiro is okay. Rightfully so. It was a heavy collision from Bailey. I'm unsure if it was a second yellow or a straight red for what was a fairly heavy challenge. It was in his own half, so if it was only for it being a promising attack that Bailey had stopped, it was a long way out from goal. But we do know how quick Mark Casemiro is, and it will be a free kick to Casuarina. A couple of metres inside their own half here as we tick into the 90th minute of regulation. You suspect there'll be a fair bit of injury time. There's been a lot of goals in this half and a couple of additional stoppages for injury and ill discipline as well. Pereira taking all the time he can on this one, sending players forward, and he's played it short. The ball's found its way to Adu. Picked up by Thompson. Gives an opportunity for Jock to go the other way. Switches the point of the attack to Gittins. Need to get this ball forward here, Port Darwin, but they need to do it by finding feet. Mashi Mango's got the ball now. The fast break's finished. But with 9 on 9, there's going to be plenty of spaces out there and plenty of tired bodies to boot. Da Costa Pereira is helped by Charles Adu. 2-1 in defence, and the ball's gone to Thompson. Switch the attack now. It's cut out, though, by Casuarina, and Gittins will do well to keep this one in. He's let it run out and he'll take the throw. Puts that forward there. And Isaac Paul just couldn't control the ball. Muklas coming back the other way. Very open here. He'll do wise to use his experience and just put a foot on it here. Smith back to McClelland. And I can tell you, as we tick over the 90, there should be a minimum of 5 additional minutes here. You don't want this one to end. It's been such a fantastic Tuesday evening of football. Adu. Passmore to Muklas with time and space in the midfield. Plays the ball home to Pereira, who's found himself as a makeshift centre-half at this point. Ball's gone forward from Newell and up in the air. Casemiro out to Smith. Big raking switch to Da Costa Pereira. Drops the shoulder to the corner, puts the cross in, comfortably cleaned up by Price. Out to Gittins. Urged on by his coach and supporters to drive forward. There's a wall of 4 going through. Mashi Mango puts the ball forward into the channel, but it's too heavy and this will be cleaned up by Newell. Takes the ball with his feet and makes Jock come and make a play in to pick that ball up. Uses his full 6 seconds here, Dion Newell. Very experienced customer, and he puts plenty of height under that one. Won't even make the halfway line. Bounces once. Henson wins it at the second time. Ball switched across. Mashi Mango on the ball now. Casuarina, almost a line of 6 at the back with 2 outlets. They're just going to absorb this 3.5 minutes and get the ball forward to Casemiro on the break if they can. But Adu's won the ball against Mashi Mango. Got the ball here, Gittins. He looks forward. Tries to chip it forward into the defender. Not sure if that was a shot or a cross, but either way, it wasn't going to do anything. Helped out there by the defensive wall. But Pereira, well done. Experienced, but just put the ball into touch. Thompson. Good persistence by Jock. He's won his team a throw. Plenty of tired bodies out there, as I said earlier. Thompson on the ball again now. He's been all that energy all day. He's run at defenders. And that was a great challenge from Charles Adu. He's put the ball out for a corner. Urgency from Port Darwin now to get forward. And there's plenty of hands on heads and hands on hips, hands on legs from Casuarina. But they've only got to last 2.5 minutes to book their place in the next round. Again, the outswinging corner here. Beaten the first man this time. Up by Gittins, but comfortably taken by Newell. No pressure on him there. He's looked for the long release to Casemiro. He's quick again. Price is up. Casemiro taken by Mashi Mango. Ball forward to Henson. Gets it across to Gittins. Gittins driving. Put the ball into Muklas there. But in the back from Paul, but allowed to play on. Seb Smith gets back though, and he gives a big shoulder. And a second shoulder, and then thrown down. No infringement there. No, there is an infringement from Ryan Prescott. And it will be a free kick to Port Darwin. No, it is a throw into Port Darwin. My apologies. And Gittins will take. He's gone short. Turned over there by Jock. Picked up by Henson, driving forward. Gets the ball in, but couldn't beat the first defender. Trying to play the ball out here, Casuarina. Oh, that's a late hit off the ball. And that's unfortunate because they've got it there. And Jones unable to take the hit. Henson's complaining about an earlier infringement, but this will be a free kick to Casuarina that allows them to take some valuable seconds off the clock. Seb Smith's down. I can't see who the second player is. It may be Gordon Pereira that's down. Dark arts here from Casuarina as they take every second now that they can. We're 4 minutes into what should be at least 5. No, it's the 15. Yeah, the 15 of Adu that was down injured. And Newell will take the free kick. Dying embers of this one. It's been a classic. 4-3. Both sides down to 9 men in a seesawing battle. Two balls on the pitch. Gittins is asked to wait. He takes the throw. Finds Henson. Turns the ball over and it's got itself to Casemiro here. Unfortunate for Mark. He's done a great job tonight, but that one's just gone into touch. Ball forward. Won by Henson. Well cleared by McClellan. To Muklas. Gittins. Won by Pereira. Flicked over the top. Offside Mark Casemiro, so he stayed out of it. Got to get the ball forward now. We're deep into the 6 minute of stoppage time. You suspect there wouldn't be more than 30 seconds left to go. Ball's put forward. 1-on-1. It's trickled in and cleaned up by Newell. And that was probably the last chance for Port Darwin. That one's gone into touch and bounced up into the grandstand, and Thompson comes over to take the throw. He's gone long. Looks at Prifty. And that's gone out there for a corner. How's the drama on this one as we enter the 7th minute of stoppage time? And there's no chance for the corner to be taken. I was about to say you expect Dominic Price to come up for this one and everybody into the box, but Ryan Prescott has seen enough. We've played nearly 6 and a bit minutes of stoppage time, and this one has finished 4 goals to the Casuarina Rowdies, defeating Port Darwin 3 goals here in this round 5 clash. As I said earlier, Casuarina now earn the right to play in the Sports Ministers' Cup semi-final against the winner of Azuri and Darwin Olympic, who will play in their round 5 matchup this time next Tuesday. I hope you can join us for that match, what should be a fantastic game if it's half as entertaining as this one. But to recap for you, we saw an early goal from the spot to Robbie Kilmartin for Casuarina to take a 1-0 lead, and they looked like they were cruising to a fairly comfortable victory before a yellow card to Yari McRae Van Lingen saw Port Darwin get back to 1-1 with a goal to Waljock. We saw a seesawing battle which ensued with lead changes from both sides, with Port Darwin getting in front 3-2 before the game was levelled at 3-3. And of course, it was that man that came on, Charles Adu, that managed to get himself the 4th and ultimately decisive goal here for Casuarina, who've booked their place in the next round with an exciting 4-3 win over Port Darwin. My name's John Dean. It's been a fantastic pleasure to do this game this evening. I hope you've enjoyed it half as much as I have. But for wherever you've been watching around Australia or around the globe, thank you for joining us here on the FNT network, and we'll see you again next time.